What's going on, yeah? It's your boy L10, aka L Tizo, here to you with another installment of What Does God Say TV. Y'all ready? Let's cut to the saying. So 2 days ago, a really funny incident happened at work. So I was at work, and then this old lady pulled up in the lane, right? Because I work at a car dealership. She pulls in the lane, old lady, probably in her 70s or late 80s or so, right? And so this lady, she needed help. So someone was wrong with her car, and she had to get a rental car. So I helped her, get stuff out of her car and stuff. But this lady was so old, bruh, that she was so slow. I'm talking about it took us 30 minutes just to get stuff from her car to the other car. 30 minutes just for her to get her. I mean, it took us over at least 2 hours just to get things ready. And I'm telling you, bro, I'm starting to run out of patience. Like, I'm like, you know what? I know that's when anxiety and frustration started kicking in because I'm helping other people, but you see, I gotta put on hold what I'm trying to do because I gotta help this lady out, and she is taking her sweet time. I'm talking about, bro, we was in that parking lot for like 2 hours, and it's hot outside. I got stuff I gotta do, right? And you see, this is that moment where patience comes into play. And I'm not the most patient guy in the world. I know God knows I have my moments, but you see, I've understood, what patience, is when you feel like not being patient. That's when you need to apply patience. Whenever you feel like, I can't wait. That is when God is actually telling you, what, you need to learn how to wait. And you see, at that very moment, after I was helping out this lady. I was trying to hurry as much as I can, but I understood that, at that very moment, I had to be patient. And you see, and if you read in the book of, Timothy, when Paul is talking to a young man, Timothy, and then he explains to Timothy, you see how God was patient with him. See, when you understand how God was so patient with you, when you was messed up, when you was dirty, when you was filthy, when you was a mess, you had nothing going on, but still God was patient with you. You see, at that very moment, I understood that, God was patient with me for so long because, you see, I wasn't doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing, but still God waited for me. And if God was able to wait for me, I gotta wait for other people too, man. When you understand the concept of patience, when it comes from God, that God is a God of patience. Because if he had lost patience, oh my goodness, bro, you all know if God had give up on us, we would have all been messed up. We would have all been, in all kinds of scenarios that I can't even think of. But just a simple fact that God was patient with you would make you think that you cannot be patient with somebody else. And at that very moment, I understood that, let me just come down and help out this lady. It took me 3 hours, but guess what? I was able to build a character of patience because, you see, once I understood that, it's not only about me, but it's about what God is trying to build through me. It's about the character God is trying to build through me, because sometimes stuff will happen just so God can build a certain character in us. And this happened 2 days ago, and for some reason, the same night when I got back home and I read my Bible, it took me to 1 Timothy, and I'm going to find the scripture and I'm going to put it on the link below. It took me to 1 Timothy and how Paul is instructing Timothy and how he's telling Timothy, as me, who was a blast, because Paul was messed up. You see, Paul was somebody that he persecuted the church. He killed a lot of believers. But guess what? God was patient with him. And God took his name from Saul to Paul. It just shows you how much patience God has with us. And God wants us to implement the same patience when it comes to other people. So next time you see that your mom is, next time somebody's trying to piss you off, just be patient, bro. Just be patient. You're not going anywhere. Road rage. Just be patient. It won't take nothing from you if you just be patient. Because I will tell you this, it's the most patient people in life who get the best thing in life. So don't try to rush your way through and then you miss what God has for you. Because sometimes in the process of trying to rush, you can miss a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, we can miss a lot of stuff. It's rather to wait and be patient and endure, just like Paul talks about enduring the sufferings of Jesus Christ. Just like all about enduring. Once you endure and you're patient, the reward is amazing. Because that lady, she actually tipped me. She actually tipped me, bro, and she tipped me because of my patience. Can you imagine if I was frustrated and I actually left this lady to be helped out by somebody else? He would have got the reward. But just because I stayed faithful, even in the fact that I didn't want to wait, but I still kept the mindset to wait. She tipped me. And I went back home and I had gas money, man. So I just hope, through this, somebody can build a character of patience, We all need patience. And God himself is a God of patience. So once you understand God's patience, and you bring that the correlation between, because we came out of God, you understand, we as humans, we have patience too. So once we can understand that he was patient with us, life can be truly simple, man. Alright, yeah, it's your boy El Tizo. Hit me up with that like, comment below, and I will just link every scripture, down below in the comments. And